when you are calculating the slope on a graph, like let's say you just want to use the graph to figure out the slope, look here, you can pick any 2 points on the line. Okay, so I can pick this point, for example. I want you guys to do that. Pick a point on example 1, and I'm going to pick this point. Any points, it doesn't matter which points you choose, as long as they are directly on a coordinate that's easy to read, okay? You don't want to pick something that is in between like a coordinate, because I'm counting rise, which is the vertical distance, so you need it drawn for you, Elijah, and run is the horizontal. So first things first, pick 2 points, and then you just count. I'm going to go up 1, 2, is everyone looking? Look here, 3, 4, and the reason I'm counting by ones is because look at this scale. Your scale is by 1. So I know each square represents 1. So this went up by 4, it increased by 4, and then the run is horizontal. How many spaces do I need to jump to get to the next point? 1, right? Plus 1. Everyone see that? So the rise is 4, and the run is 1. Simplified, 4 divided by 1 is 4. The slope is 4. Some of you are wondering, okay, what if you're not given these this diagram? Well, it doesn't matter which points I choose. Let's look here. What if I pick this point? Everyone look. And I pick this point. Am I going to get a different slope? Watch. What's the rise? From here to here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? The rise is plus 8. And what's the run? 1, 2, plus 2. So slope is equal to 8 over 2. What's 8 divided by 2? Did you get a different slope? No. I had to jump to the right 1, 2 to get to that point. I had to go over 2. I'm going from this point to this point. I had to go up 8 and over 2. Okay?
So where are we?
Yeah. What happens if I say, you know what, I'm going to start here and I'm going to end here. Let's try this one. Let me use a different color actually. So what if I'm going here to here, but this time I'm going to go down. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So I went down. So is that positive or negative? Negative 12. So my rise over run is negative 12 over, let's see, I'm going left, 1, 2, 3. If I'm going to the left, is that positive or negative? Negative 3. What's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Same answer. It does not matter which points you choose. It doesn't matter which direction you go. Just pick the 2 points and draw a slope triangle. Think of this like a triangle. There's your line, and you're drawing a triangle to count. Okay? So let's try the next one. I'm going to pick this point and another point that's directly on the line here. Okay? So does everyone see? I know it's hard to see. So for this one, I chose these 2 points from here to here. I can even draw a triangle down and to the right. That's the direction I'm choosing. So I'm going down how many? 1, 2, 3. So is it positive or negative? I went down negative 3. And then I'm going over to the right. How many spaces? 1. Positive. If you're moving to the right, it's positive. If you're moving up, it's positive. If you're moving down, it's negative. If you're moving to the left, it's negative, okay? Think of a number line. Anything to the left of 0 is negative. Anything to the right is positive, right? So I went down 3 and to the right 1. So my slope is negative 3 over positive 1. Make sure you include the sign. What's a negative divided by a positive? So my slope is -3. And like we discussed, any line that falls to the right will always have a negative slope. Any line that rises to the right will always have a positive slope. So just by looking at this, not even calculating anything for number 3, is it going to have a positive or negative slope? Positive. It's rising to the right. So let's calculate the slope for number 3. I'm going to pick this point, and I'm going to pick this point. It doesn't matter. Pick any 2 points and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went up 4, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I went to the right 4. So what is my slope? Positive 4 over positive 4 equals 1. And you can even pick, you can see this goes up by 1 over 1, up by 1 over 1, up by 1 over 1. The slope is 1. It's rising by 1. So like, what if you're given a graph, but the coordinates are hard to read, or they're decimals, or you don't know which points to pick? Well, if you're given the coordinates, you can use the slope formula. Remember the slope formula, how to calculate slope? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Think about it. Rise is the distance in your y values. So you're calculating the difference of your y values. And run is the difference or the distance in your x values. So you just need to memorize this formula. And I'm going to make up some coordinates, and we're going to test it. Let's pretend this is at 1, 5. And let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So let's say you're given coordinates. I have coordinate 1, 5 and 4, 9. First things you can do is write down your coordinates. I'm finding the slope of coordinate 1, 5 and coordinate 4, 9. Those are the 2 coordinates. You're always going to be given 2 coordinates. How do you label a coordinate? How do you read a coordinate? YX or XY? How do you read a coordinate? X, Y. We always read a coordinate XY, and I just did that. Now in the slope formula, we are subtracting our Y coordinate, the Y value in the coordinate. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to call this coordinate 1. And I'm going to call this coordinate 2. I don't care which one you call 1 and which one you call 2. It does not matter. Just pick one and label it. The reason we separate is because we have 2 coordinates, right? We have coordinate 1 and we have coordinate 2. If you label it, it will help you calculate it in the correct order. So the slope, so you just fill it in. The slope is y2 minus y1. So 9 minus 5, right? Over what, Elijah? Over, what are my x coordinates? What's x2 is 4. Take away, what's the x1? 1. You guys remember this? Think about it. We're doing 9 minus 5. What's 9 take away 5? 4. Does that make sense? This has a difference of 4. Went up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then so it's 4 over, what's 4 take away 1? 3. Did this go over by 3? Look at it. 1, 2, 3. It's the difference in your x values. So the slope is this. Slope equals 4 over 3. That's it. That's the answer. 4 over 3. You just have to use this formula and plug in the numbers. Okay, so you're given the coordinates. First things first, label them x, y. I'm going to call this coordinate 1. I'm going to call this coordinate 2. And then write down the formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plug in your numbers. Good? So 8 take away, what did I label as y1? So that's y2, what's y1? Good. Take away 3 over, what did I label as x2? 1. Now this is very important. Take away, what did I label as x2? No. Negative 2. So I have to put that in brackets. Negative 2. Does everyone see what I did there? It's y minus y, and then x minus x. And the reason I label it as 1 and 2 is because you have to go in the correct order. I can't do 8 take away 3 and then all of a sudden say negative 2 take away 1. That's not the correct order. I'm going from here to here and then here to here. Same order. Okay, so you can't do that. So that's it. Just simplify it. What's 8 take away 3? What is 1 take away a negative 2? Right, because it becomes 1 plus 2, which is 3, and you are allowed to use your calculator for this. That's the answer. Slope equals 5/3.